Alright, welcome back to the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. I'm Nifty Nuggets. If you haven't watched the earlier episodes yet, make sure you go check those out so you don't miss how the world began. Since the last episode, I did a little work off camera. I cleared some trees and I built a path leading to where I decided our main mine will be. In today's episode, our goal is simple. We head underground, gather a full stack of iron, stock up on coal, and build real survival strength. No diamonds yet. Today is all about preparation. Let's gear up and head down. Every survival world has a turning point. Today might be ours. One mine, 1 hour, one mission. Become strong enough to survive what's coming next. Let's head underground. Before we go mining, preparation is everything. So first, we're going to have to get some things that we're going to need to go mining. So let's grab some wood and some cobblestone. And we're also going to need coal. So we're going to want to make torches. Lighting up things is definitely key down there. We don't want to have to deal with the mobs. And we're also going to want to see. It'll get pretty dark. Now, we're also going to want to make some fresh tools in a way. Put my old tools away. This way we can do new tools. Now we're going to make some wood and some sticks. Let's make, let's say 3 pickaxes for now. We're going to need a shovel. We might actually make 2 shovels for now. And then we'll make an axe just in case. You never know. And then like I said, we're going to need torches. You might want to make sure you grab some extra food as well, because food is always key. So we're going to grab a full stack of food. Now a beginner's tip, it's always better to grab more food and torches than you think you'll need. I always like to at least bring a stack with me, because you never know what you're going to come across. You might come across a big cave and you want to explore it, and you don't want to have to come all the way home to get resources to go back and find that cave. Off camera, I mined out a little pathway to where our mine's going to be. I basically just removed all the trees so it wasn't so much clutter. And over here is where I was thinking of building basically the entrance to our mine. So we're just going to mine this back a little bit, because today we're going to be building, or digging technically, straight down. But I'm going to show you guys the most efficient way to dig straight down. This way you guys don't basically die or fall into a cave, because if you go like this and you dig straight down, it's not the safest, because you, like I said, you could fall into a cave, you fall into lava, many things. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If you were to stand in between 2 different blocks, you can mine this block, you don't fall. And when you mine this block, you fall. But if you mine this one on this side, see how you don't fall again? So every time you're actually going to catch yourself on one of these blocks. So as long as you don't go down too fast, because the deeper you get, it gets more quiet, and it also gets very more dangerous. And then we're basically going to dig down into the iron mine. And before you guys do this, you want to make sure you bring lots of wood with you, because we're going to be building ladders back up. You need a lot of sticks and a lot of ladders. And the reason why we're doing it like this is because, 1, it's safer to dig straight down, and 2, with the ladders is kind of slow coming up, but we can update that in the future. But the main reason is we can build a drop tunnel on the other side and add water in this spot here, and then we can fall down and land in the water and then go mining. We don't have to actually climb down or go down a staircase every time we want to go down to the iron mine. And then in the future, the diamond mine, because we're going to connect the diamond mine down here in the iron mine, just so we don't have to dig all the way back down to diamond mine from the very top, because that would be a lot of work. I'm going to place the torches on the same side. So we're going to go down to level 16, and I'm going to do a time lapse until we're down there. But also, you want to be careful when you mine gravel, because when you mine gravel, sometimes it could fall. So just make sure you have like a backup block to land on. But anyways, let's do the time lapse. Alrighty guys, and it looks like we have dug ourselves into a cave. I don't know how big that cave is. We might come back and explore it after. It is like right here anyways. But we're just gonna dig out a little spot where we're gonna start branch mining. We actually need to build a crafting table too. So that's another reason why it's good to bring more wood, because you never know if you're going to have to build more tools. Oh, I forgot I actually already had more tools. I came prepared. So our water's going to come down onto that block. And then we're going to want to build ladders all the way back up to the surface. This way we can get out when we're done the iron mine. I'm going to time lapse this real quick and I'll bring you back when I'm back down. Alrighty guys, now we have a bit of extra ladders, but that's okay because we're going to use them later on when we build the diamond mine. So we're just going to take down our crafting table for now. This way we can make this room a bit bigger. I like to build like a little room at the start of the mine shafts. This way I can put down like storage containers so I can drop down materials quickly. This way I don't have to like despawn them, because you never know what materials you're going to need in the future for bigger projects. So I like to save everything. So we can put like a double chest maybe on each side, and then have like a 3 gap, let's say, for the actual where the mine shaft basically will be, and we'll put one on each side. Look at that, we got our first iron of the world. Iron's gonna be very useful because we're gonna be making lots of tools today and lots of armor. And like I said, our goal today is for a whole stack of iron. If we don't reach a whole stack of iron, I'm not leaving this cave or this mine shaft. I'm gonna time lapse this until I have this little spot mined out. Alrighty guys, we're back. Basically this is going to be our front room, I guess you could call it. We're actually going to have double chests on each side of the doors, so we can drop off lots of loot. We can organize them later on when we have time, like off camera. And a lot of this mining I might not actually do on camera. I'm probably going to do it off camera. But if you guys want to see it on camera, make sure you let me know. And occasionally I can do like time lapses where I go strip mining and I can show you guys all the loot that I got for each mine. But right now, we're basically going to start the mine shaft, or strip mining. So if you guys didn't know, you basically just dig out a spot however really big you want. I like to dig it like a 3x3. This way, when I get to the ends of these tunnels and I'm jumping, I'll hit this nice big gap and I'll know that this is the middle of the area where I gotta actually come down the hallway to get out. So it's basically just a nice little intersection. And then we're gonna go 2 blocks from this hole, so we're gonna go 1 more. And the reason for that is because you guys can actually see around the whole, I'll show you here. So when you're mining here, you can see these blocks here. So this is why we go over 2. So when you're mining in this one, now you're seeing these blocks, right? So then you're never missing a block. Some people, they go over 3 blocks, but then you're leaving 1 block in the middle. You're not usually missing too much that way. I just prefer this way. This way I know I'm not missing anything, except for really, I guess, these top 2 corners you'll never see. But the chances are that ores, they spawn in clusters now, so there's a good chance you're going to find the ore in this layer when it's up here. But anyways, we're basically just going to keep repeating this all the way, both sides. Over here will be eventually down to the diamond mine. That's probably in the next episode, so if you want to see that, us getting our first diamonds and preparing for the enchanting room, then definitely watch the next episode and keep in tune for that. Alrighty, so now we're basically just gonna go strip mining, and I'm gonna time lapse this. We're gonna go mining for a whole hour, and then I'm gonna bring you guys back and I'll show you guys in this chest and how much loot I actually get. And then we're gonna put all of our other like building blocks in another chest, because like I said, we want to keep everything. So we're gonna put the other chest here. We'll actually move this one over here for now. Put some torches just so things don't spawn in. And alrighty, let's start the time lapse, and I'll see you guys when we have the loot. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for that time lapse. It's been just over about an hour, and we actually got quite a bit of building material out of that. A little bit more here in the bottom chest. We actually had to smelt probably about half a stack of iron already to actually make a bunch of tools. We probably used over a dozen iron pickaxes, and at the start we used a little bit of stone ones. But anyways, this is all the loot that we got during this mining time lapse. It's not too bad. We were aiming for about a stack of iron and about a stack of coal, and we got definitely double that, so that's definitely good. Can't complain. And we got a bunch of copper too. Maybe make some copper tools. I also mined up a bunch of gravel, as you guys seen. I wanted to get a bunch of flint so we can make a bunch of flint and steels just in case. You never know when you're going to need them. Didn't get really much gold. I only got 9 pieces. But we definitely got quite a bit of lapis. We only started finding the lapis near the end. That's not too bad. Lapis is really good for making blue dye and enchanting. It's mostly used for enchanting. Gold, I was hoping to get a lot more gold, because gold, you're gonna have to wear gold in the nether. It's also used for making like powered rails and golden apples and golden carrots. And I'm sure there's other things they're used for, but definitely a reason to have a lot more. But definitely got a good start here. So let's grab it all. And let's head back to the starter and start smelting it up. catch you back at the starter. Alright guys, we're back home. Let's load up the furnace and start smelting. We're actually going to load up these blast furnaces too. Gotta love that sound of iron cooking. That's the sound of progress. I still have a bunch of copper we gotta smelt, but we'll probably do that off camera. I'm gonna put some of this coal away for now too, with the same thing with the lapis. Might actually need some coal once the leaf litter runs out. But the goal here is to make full set of iron gear and tools. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna put our stone tools away. Once this iron's all smelted up, I'll be back. Alrighty guys, everything is smelted and now we're ready to make some gear. Let's go ahead and grab the rest of our iron. We're going to want a helmet, a chest plate, leggings, and boots. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put those all on. We're also going to grab a bit of wood because we're going to want to make a shield. Shields are very useful because they're used for like blocking creeper explosions. I'm pretty sure they block the gas balls from the nether, those big white things that shoot at you. They also block arrows. And they can even like take damage from basically any mob that tries to attack you. If we put this on our offhand, as in we crouch, that's when it actually blocks damage. So yeah, we're gonna basically keep that on us almost all the time we're going exploring. But when we're building, I'm gonna try to remember to take it off. This way you guys can see better. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our iron away for now, because we're not gonna need it anymore now that we got our gear done. So today we completed our goal of getting a full iron gear, a whole stack of iron collected, and more. We got a nice decent coal supply, and we got our new mine over here started. We got big steps forward today. In the next episode, I'd like to continue this iron mine in a way, continue it down to the diamond mines. This way we can get our first diamonds. Today was all about preparation, getting stronger, and building our mining foundation. Next episode, we go even deeper, and things might start getting serious. If you enjoyed this episode, stick around. And if you missed the earlier episodes, go watch them so you don't miss the journey. This world is only getting bigger. I'm Nifty Nuggets, and I'll see you in the next one. Nifty Nuggets, out.